Alright, welcome to another episode of Malcolm Goes Outside. Today's video is going to be, well, we're gonna hike to the top of Superstition Mountain. Or, as a lot of people from Arizona call it, it's Flatiron. This is one of the hardest hikes in Arizona, and I'm gonna backpack it for my first backpacking trip. So wish me luck. So I've actually never been backpacking before. I don't know if this is necessarily the best trail to do my first backpacking trip, but I have hiked this before. It's like a 2,000 foot climb. So that's pretty gnarly. I remember it being pretty gnarly just hiking it. So backpacking it should wear me out a lot more. And hopefully I make it all the way to the top. If not, then we'll camp out as far up as we can go. So the reason why they call it Flatiron is because, well, you can't see it now, but right up in this little ridge going around the corner in there, there's a big rock like the ones you see here. And it looks like a big, like a clothes iron. In my opinion, I think it looks like the front of a ship. And the top of it is as high as you can go. And it's completely flat up there, and that's why they call it Flatiron. I'll have to show you that here in a bit of what I'm talking about. So the lady at the front gate, or I guess the park entrance, told me that people generally drink about a gallon of water a day on this hike. So I have like a bunch of these in my backpack just because I don't think I would be able to pack an entire gallon of water in my backpack. Like, it's just not big enough. So hopefully I have enough. I have a bunch of the big smart water bottles as well. So I'm a little nervous about that. I'm only a mile in and I'm already dying. But if you can see that one right there, my finger will quit twitching. That one's Flatiron. It kind of looks like the front of a ship or a clothes iron, like the pointy part of it. So that's the end goal, but if I don't get there, I don't get there. It's all right. I apologize for these repetitive clips. There was not very many places I could put my GoPro or my DSLR camera to get some different shots, so I tried to get as much as I could, and I was also racing the daylight, so I was trying to get up to the top as quickly as I could because I didn't want to be hiking in the dark. Alright, so I'm a little bit past the halfway point. Just down below me, right about here, they call it the bowling alley, and that's about the halfway point. It's just a big rock area that's kind of bowl shaped. It's pretty cool. I accidentally messed up on this clip. I put my GoPro on my head to film and accidentally started recording in a time lapse, but I feel like the time lapse actually documented a portion of the hike pretty well to show you how steep and hard the hike actually is. Okay, so now you can see Flatiron, which is this guy right here. And yeah, that's the highest point that you can hike to. So this next climb is definitely going to be the hardest and probably the slowest because it is really steep once you get right to the top. Well, it's golden hour and I've made it to the top just in time for the sunset. I don't know if I've ever worked for anything so hard in my entire life. That was hands down the hardest hike I have ever done. I did this back in January with the same backpack, but with just water in it. And it was just a day hike. And adding 25, 30 pounds into it just really added that much more difficulty to it. Like, I almost didn't make it up here. It's so beautiful. It's so prehistoric feeling. So there's a little fireplace over yonder, somewhere over here. But I also found this one right there. So I think I'm gonna tent it right here for tonight. My legs are like noodles. I'm so exhausted. But that might have been the best hike I've ever done. Well, I decided to build a little fire here with the small little sticks that you can barely see. That was like the easiest fire I've ever started. That was like some really, really dry stuff. So I'm trying to keep it like on the down low. So because it's a little breezy up here and I don't want some embers to go somewhere and kill the forest out here. So just enjoying the fire before I make some food. Chili mac with beef, that's what we're going with tonight. Sure. Hot. That boiled quick. My dumbass decided to not open up the handles here, so now it's going to be really hot. Oh yeah, that's hot. Get out of here. Go and get, boy. Sorry, dude. Well, good morning. It's about 6:45-ish in the morning. And I didn't sleep the best. My back kind of hurt from the hike. I need to get a better camp pillow because mine is way too damn small for it to be comfortable. But wasn't that bad, I guess. But the morning view might just be as good as the evening view. So yeah, I think I'm gonna hang out in bed for a little bit and get a little warmer, and maybe make some food, and maybe pack up and head down once the sunshine hits me. I'm gonna cruise around really quick, check out the view before I make some food and get warm. I definitely didn't dress quite appropriately for this. I didn't think it was going to be this cold this morning. It's like 45 degrees. You know, I might have found the best spot in the house. Like, this is such a cool little spot. And it kept the wind out, I think, quite a bit. It was a little bit breezy last night. And I think if I wouldn't have been in that spot, I think I would have been beaten by the wind. One thing I wish I would have brought was a beanie. My head's a little cold. I actually just remembered that there was a plane crash that happened up here. And I want to say it was somewhere over there. And it was one of those small personal airplanes. It was a family of 6 or 5 maybe. And it was, if I remember right, I think it was November 23rd, 2011, and they all perished in it, and it all caught on fire and stuff like that up here. And I think it was like the mom, the dad, and then like 3 of their like little daughters, and I think they were all like under the age of at least 12, I think. So we'll go over there. There's like a little monument thingy over here where people have left stuff there and all that. It's kind of cool, but also really, really sad. Okay, my tent is a freaking mess right now. I literally have almost everything out of my backpack, and it's all pretty much in my tent. All the camera gear, all my camp stuff. So I'm gonna make breakfast. Alright, so I was eating my breakfast. I had some granola, oatmeal, backpacker meal, and I think the chipmunks could smell it or something, because there was like 4 or 5 of them just running around in these rocks up here, like trying to come and check out what the smell was, but they didn't get close enough to me to steal it from me or anything. But yeah, there's one that went into those bushes right there. Okay, I've enjoyed the view enough, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack up and head back down. I hear some other people coming up, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of their way. So here's the memorial that I was talking about for that plane crash. And a bunch of stuff that people leave here. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I feel like these could be pieces from the airplane. Wow, that's wild. Yeah, there's a bunch of wire and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's kind of disturbing. Yeah, that's got to be pieces from the plane. That's sad. So, from one of the people that I was talking to, they said, or he said, that the plane actually crashed into these rocks here. And there's actually a small little monument that is up there for where the crash site was. So there was this old dude that came up here pretty early in the morning, and he actually has a YouTube and Instagram name by the name of Flatiron Guy. And he told me he's, if I remember right, he's 67 years old, and this is like his 320th time hiking up here this year, which is insane. He says that he does this trail like every other day. And right before I was getting ready to leave, there was a guy who came up who was 90 years old. He was the most in shape I have ever seen for a 90-year-old. So it was just insane. This is such a hard trail, and there's so many older people that do it. So if you've ever wanted to do this trail and you're older, Mom, you can definitely do it if a 90-year-old can do it. Well, I think it's time to make my descent down. I don't know if this is going to be easier or harder, because I'm going to have to scoot on my butt with this big backpack of mine. So wish me luck. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. Oh, and my knees hurt. Going down this. I don't think I'm gonna do this. Scoot on my butt. Scoot on my butt. Oh my hell. Like, that's just insane. I hate having bad knees. This sucks. I feel like I really needed to eat some more. I should have brought more food with me, because I'm like kind of jittery. You know, I've actually met a lot of nice people on this trail, and it amazes me how many more older people do this trail than younger people. They don't necessarily go to the very top, but there are a lot of more older people that do this trail. And I don't know, I think it's really cool how many people are actually super interested in this trail and what it looks like, because this is definitely one of the hardest trails I've done, and it just blows my mind that there's so many older people that are willing to give it a shot. So, I don't know, I just think it's really cool. Like, how cool would it be to just own one of these houses just at the base of the Superstition Mountains? And all these cactus out here? Look at that. You know, I really don't know what it is about Arizona that I love so much. I don't know, it's just the vastness. It's super empty feeling. Once you get out of the city, it's got the most amazing sunsets. It's got some of the coolest plants and foliage out there. And in my opinion, I feel like the saguaro cactus
is what really puts the cherry on top for me. There's something about those cactus or cacti that I just love, and I feel like the Arizona desert would not be the same if it didn't have those saguaro cacti. Anyway, that will do it on my first ever backpacking trip. I'm super glad that I got to do Flatiron as my first backpacking trip. It was an amazing experience, and if you ever get the chance, I definitely recommend going and trying it out as well, even if it's just a day hike. And if you enjoyed the content, please hit like, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you guys.